Andrei Sergeyevich, I would like to offer you to take another step forward in your career and work as the acting Minister of Transport of the Russian Federation. The chairman of the government holds your professional qualities, personal attributes, and the results you achieve in a relatively short time in high regard. I intend to formally submit your esteemed candidacy to the State Duma, and if the honorable deputies wholeheartedly support it, I will, in turn, promptly sign the official decree, thereby officially appointing you as the head of this most critically important ministry within the executive branch of our government. And I hope that you will apply all your strength, knowledge, skills, and organizational abilities to address the crucial tasks facing this sector. Transport is one of the fundamental areas of activity, one of the most important in the country, pervasive, you could say, and inherently high-tech.
Russian politician Roman Starovoyt, whom Vladimir Putin dismissed from his post as the country's transport minister, has been found dead. Russian President Vladimir Putin sacked Starovoyt as transport minister on July 7. Putin's decree gave no reason for the dismissal of Roman Starovoyt after barely a year on the job. In a press briefing, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that Starovoyt's dismissal is not due to a loss of trust. Peskov further said that Putin believes Nikitin's working qualities and work experience currently best serve the needs of the ministry. Starovoyt was appointed transport minister in May 2024, following a nearly 5-year tenure as governor of the Kursk region. On 7th July 2025, Starovoyt was dismissed by Russian President Vladimir Putin for loss of trust. According to Russian news outlets, Starovoyt may have committed suicide in Odintsovo. A criminal case of large-scale fraud was opened after Alexei Smirnov, his successor as governor of the Kursk Oblast, allegedly testified against Starovoyt. Alexei Smirnov was fired in December 2024 and arrested in April 2025. The Kremlin announced that Andrei Nikitin, a former governor of the Novgorod region, had been appointed acting Minister of Transport.
You have been working as Deputy Minister of Transport for several months now. What are your main responsibilities?
Vladimirovich, you have set a very serious task for the digitalization of the transport sector. A law was recently signed to switch to electronic transport documents starting next year. Essentially, this means that we will know about all the cargo being moved both within the country and beyond its borders, what it is and where it's going. Right now, for example, we can only roughly estimate the cargo turnover between regions. But from this point on, we will know all of this with absolute precision. We will also be able to track how quickly these goods are being transported. This will allow us to identify bottlenecks, forecast flows, and, based on this data, create the National Digital Transport and Logistics Platform you mentioned at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. So we're actively carrying out all of this work. I'd also like to report that your directive, which was outlined in the May decrees, ensuring that regular, standard cargo can cross the border within 10 minutes. We've conducted an experiment at the first such checkpoint, and we achieved the 10-minute target. And moving forward, we understand how to make this system unified and digital together with customs and other agencies present at the border. Today, in some cases, if it's agricultural goods, up to 100 different documents may need to be processed, various pieces of paperwork. And it's not just transport documents, but all sorts of paperwork. All of this really slows down the movement of cargo. Our exports, as it were, are becoming less competitive, and our corridors are losing their edge. Thanks to these solutions, we will reach a point where we have a single window, and all these documents will accompany the goods in electronic form. That's for cargo. As for passenger transport, the key work underway now is transferring discounted tickets for various beneficiaries to electronic format as well. So, a person simply buys the ticket, and the system automatically checks with the Social Insurance Fund to see if they are eligible for a benefit. If they are, then they don't need to present anything. The benefit is immediately applied when the ticket is issued. This system is already operating in pilot mode. And also the instruction you gave in February after the meeting in Tolyatti regarding the seamless digital sky. So the first stage, actually, it's not just unmanned flying drones that we have. There are also unmanned Lastaka trains, unmanned river trams, and unmanned agricultural machinery. There are even unmanned combines now. So this field is very broad. And the first step we need to take is to create a unified identification system. So basically, to assign a state registration number only in digital form, right? So that it's clear what's moving, who owns it, where it's going, under what conditions, and how it's being transported. And as per your instructions, we are creating such a system as well. The corresponding roadmap has been developed. Within the next 2 weeks, we will submit it to the government. And basically, we understand that by next spring, it will be fully operational. It will operate based on the GLONASS system. This is our Russian system, you know it very well. This will allow us to fully control the development of unmanned technologies and remove the current restrictions that exist due to, once again, the lack of oversight. Yes, so we will be able to remove the existing restrictions. These are the main areas I've been working on over the past few months.
Andrei Sergeyevich, I would like to offer you to take another step forward in your career and work as the acting Minister of Transport of the Russian Federation. The chairman of the government holds your professional qualities, personal attributes, and the results you achieve in a relatively short time in high regard. I intend to formally submit your esteemed candidacy to the State Duma, and if the honorable deputies wholeheartedly support it, I will, in turn, promptly sign the official decree, thereby officially appointing you as the head of this most critically important ministry within the executive branch of our government. And I hope that you will apply all your strength, knowledge, skills, and organizational abilities to address the crucial tasks facing this sector. Transport is one of the fundamental areas of activity, one of the most important in the country, pervasive, you could say, and inherently high-tech. And just now, the areas you worked on as deputy minister were mentioned. I hope everything will work out.
This is both an honor and a responsibility for me. I will make absolutely every effort to ensure that our transport sector develops not just at an accelerated pace. We are the largest country in the world, and we should have the most efficient transport system. This is necessary for our economy, for our people, and I am ready to give my all to this work.
Good.